Jackson. Because if you're telling me that no one was connecting,
No
then
one really. The only one who connected was Tiffany Henyard. She connected her head against the table. Her wig flew off.
We're now hearing from two people involved in a brawl that broke out at last night's Thornton Township meeting. Was our lead story last night at 10. The man at the center of the brawl, activist KaiR Brown, spoke out against Supervisor Tiffany Henyard at the meeting just before punches were thrown. Today he's defending his actions after Henyard herself jumped into the fight.
She ran from behind the table with a microphone in her hand, and she hit me with it, while another one of her staff members was kicking me in the head, and I was defending myself against Kamal and other individuals. She wasn't breaking up anything.
Brawl, just the latest drama for Henyard, who also serves as Dalton mayor and is under investigation by the FBI. Henyard says, quote, her personal safety was threatened, and she insists she rushed into the fight, quote, in an attempt to break it up.
Tiffany Henyard is involved in more low-life activities and low IQ shenanigans. Is it finally time to replace the mayor, or will she keep surprising us with new lows every week? How much worse can it get? Let's go.
We're now hearing from two people involved in a brawl that broke out at last night's Thornton Township meeting. Was our lead story last night at 10. The man at the center of the brawl, activist KaiR Brown, spoke out against Supervisor Tiffany Henyard at the meeting just before punches were thrown. Today he's defending his actions after Henyard herself jumped into the fight.
She ran from behind the table with a microphone in her hand, and she hit me with it, while another one of her staff members was kicking me in the head, and I was defending myself against Kamal and other individuals. She wasn't breaking up anything.
Brawl, just the latest drama for Henyard, who also serves as Dalton mayor and is under investigation by the FBI. Henyard says, quote, her personal safety was threatened, and she insists she rushed into the fight, quote, in an attempt to break it up.
Break it up, RJ.
First of all, so two things. My first remark, is it just me, or was that guy just talking like Kanye West in Through the Wire? It just sounds like...
Yeah, he didn't catch anything. He didn't. No one connected. That's the crazy part.
But he sought the fight out. So he went.
Well,
Saw the fight out.
Oh, well, we gotta break it down. We gotta break it down.
So okay, I said two things. The first thing I said was that, right? The first thing I said was the guy was talking like Kanye in Through the Wire. The second thing that stood out to me, I mean, I'm a Detroit Pistons fan. It's not a secret anymore. I've said it on a bunch of occasions. The Pistons aren't playing as bad as last year. So that's the bar was low, and at least they're stepping over it. But they had the famous brawl, the Malice in the Palace brawl.
Yeah.
The Indiana Pacers. I think either side could have used a runner test or a Jackson. Because if you're telling me that no one was connecting,
no one really. The only one who connected was Tiffany Henyard. She connected her head against the table. Her wig flew off.
All right, but you're saying me, okay, so you're telling me maybe I watched it incorrectly, because I thought that the guy who just talked charged. But go ahead. I don't know what do you have to say about this?
Yeah. So if you look at the video, I'm gonna let me zoom in. Let me. I'm not gonna play the full thing, because otherwise we're gonna get restricted by YouTube. If you look here, this is a couple of frames from that altercation, and I'm gonna play this real quick, and then I'm gonna pause it right before it spins out of control. But
chaos.
Who do we see here? RJ, wait a second.
Chaos.
The guy on the left. He's standing right in front of him right now.
Erupting.
The guy on the left right here You can see him. This guy right here is the one who swung first. Look, look.
At a local board meeting.
Do you see? He was so Jebediah, I think his name is something like that. Jedediah Brown wasn't the first who swung. Do you know who the guy is who swung, RJ?
No, because he was the one. All I know is the following, because I never saw this footage, but I saw the one that you just showed.
Yeah, the original.
And that the guy that swung first was the one that was about to speak after.
No.
No. But he was standing. So if you go back to the first video, in the first video, he was standing at the side.
Yeah, he was standing behind it, but he wasn't there to speak, RJ.
And I thought he was
there to speak.
And I thought he was there to speak after Jedediah Brown.
The guy who swung at Jedediah after that was the boyfriend of the current boyfriend of.
So if you go back to the video you just showed, just to be clear, because then we need to identify the people. If we just go back a little, so the dude.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to say something, but do you know who he is?
No.
It's a mess, RJ. It's a mess.
That's fire in the booth, my guy. That's fire in the booth, my guy.
It's Tiffany's former boyfriend, the guy who got caught. Do you know the guy who got caught with the sheet of doing stuff with? Let's call it. He got convicted for some stuff. Can't use the word. There was a guy she hired, her then boyfriend, that was involved in a couple of convictions relating to minors. Do you remember that one? Don't you remember that one? He had some. I can't use the word though.
KaiR. So many things happen. I can't keep track of everything.
So he's the one. Let me see if I can find him real quick.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I think.
So maybe when I hear the story again, but right now, I mean, so many things are happening with this lady, this nice lady.
Yeah,
have been happening. So apparently, I mean, if I forget one thing, KaiR, does that really make me a bad co-host?
No.
Was there to talk.
It's a lot of stuff. So I don't.
But dude was there to talk.
Blame you. I don't blame you. Do you remember this guy, RJ?
No.
Carl Redmond.
Yo, I don't recall.
Okay, but we talked about him. But he was the one who swung first. I'm pretty sure he wasn't there to kumbaya.
And he's a registered one.
You know why I understand why I can't use the word. He's a registered one, yes.
Yo, that's crazy. And he was there?
Let me switch.
Yeah, I mean,
can you see the you can see on his head. That's him.
All right.
And if I play it,
Chaos erupting at a local board.
he's the one who saw the new boyfriend. I was like, oh, I can catch this one. And they'll blame it on Jedediah. I'll be honest, RJ.
But Jedediah was the one that charged.
Yeah, he started walking towards the boyfriend because the boyfriend confronted him. It's a bunch of N-word stuff going on here, man. I don't know why all these people are even here trying to brawl. I'll be honest, I'm gonna also hold Jedediah accountable because I'm gonna play what he said. I think you have to have a bit more class. Decorum, yeah. Because this is what he said basically.
You've been a half mayor, but if you wanted to get up here and earn some respect, then you should have been able to respond to Lori Lightfoot's report about credit cards. You want to talk about them not coming to work, but we've been hearing about what you've been doing while you've been at work. And I'm gonna give away the rest of my time because I think on behalf of the Black Cookout Association that we would better take a vote and we're gonna exchange your black for Stephanie to be the new member of our. So all those in favor say, all those against it say nay, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
The way he ended it was a bit crazy. I mean, you can't be out here. You're on mute, by the way, but you can't be out here calling people the B word, man.
You gone.
You go. Come on, man. What are we doing? And when I saw the video, as soon as as I saw it, before I knew it, there was a brawl. I didn't know there was a brawl. I saw the video. I was like, oh, someone's gonna swing at him. Someone is gonna swing at him.
You thought about it immediately?
Of course, because you can't be calling people that word in the open like this. It's a bit of, and I knew, and I had a feeling that her boyfriend probably was gonna be there. So I was like,
I have another question for you.
there is RJ, there is always I'm gonna use the word, but in context, there is always a simp out there ready to crash out.
I have a question.
Tell me.
You said that, because I want to challenge you, you push back a bit. You said you can be calling someone an HB, and you know,
Unless it's a rap song.
Okay, and because that, and I mean, if it has a good beat, then it's okay.
Hey, as long as the H base can shake their bottoms to it, twerk to it. If they like it, everyone likes it.
So maybe that's what was missing.
It
So,
maybe just the beat, yeah.
okay, that's what was missing. So he said the HB, and then he said, "Oh, great, this has to be a rap song," but he did it a cappella.
Yeah.
So we need to drop a beat, and then they started fighting. But I'll tell you this: would you have suspected, or would you have felt like a fight would have broken out if these were people of other ethnicity and someone said HB?
First of all, other people of other ethnicities wouldn't use that word in this.
What, HB or Yagon?
Well, why you had to do that? Why did you have to do that? Probably HB. Yagon, maybe that's a Chinese word. I'm not sure, but no, it's I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't use the HB word. I mean, this is the thing, right? I mean, emotions get high, and we're gonna show a couple of videos that, because this is not the only thing that happened this past week. I think we announced it last week. Lori Lightfoot would have dropped her findings on Monday, right after our show, so we couldn't cover that. But I mean, it's every week there's something happening, and it's getting worse. And to be honest, let's be honest, RJ, this was in the pipeline. At a certain point, there is always a brawl. There's always a brawl because tensions are rising. She's being accused of basically total mismanagement. And I'm gonna admit I was wrong.
Also,
in the beginning, when they announced that Lori Lightfoot was going to investigate it, I said that she wouldn't find anything. I was wrong. Lori Lightfoot cleaned her clock.
yeah.
It looked crazy. RJ. But Tiffany Henyard is now calling out Dalton trustees and claiming they paid activist Jedediah Brown to attack her and her family. She says this is all part of the corrupt political scheme to bring her down. And let's be there. Let's be real. This isn't the first time there has been Dalton drama around the Dalton leadership. Fair use.
But the violence at the town meeting last week has been grossly misreported by pretty much all outlets as far as we can.
Erupting at a local board meeting outside of Chicago, with the self-proclaimed super mayor Tiffany Henyard at the center.
The story has been about the mayor getting involved in what we'll call a brawl in town hall. But no one, from what I can see, has bothered to look carefully at what happened. The truth has been lost in the spectacle. And to begin with, the man who started the whole problem that night at town hall is certainly not some concerned citizen who's here to speak his mind. That's how he has been portrayed, but that is false. This man's name is Jedediah Brown. And Jedediah Brown is not just some random citizen who has an opinion. This is a person who's created a whole social media campaign for himself by essentially stalking the mayor.
Y'all today, this is your boy Jedediah Brown. You're on location reporting to you live at Thornton Township's meeting. I've kind of sort of been out already scouting the spot. Yeah. So I'll be cutting off my camera. Kamal just arrived here and he won't smoke, so I'm definitely.
Before I give you the word, so this is where we are, right? Is this another political stunt? Is this a clapback? Is this a hit piece on Jedediah Brown? You have the floor.
It's definitely trying to discredit him, to push the blame on him. I don't think Jedediah Brown, he didn't start it, but he was very, he was the spark. Let me put it, he was the spark.
Yeah.
But there were a couple of things that happened. You had Jedediah, you had the ex-boyfriend of Tiffany, and you had the boyfriend of Tiffany. And when Jedediah finished his soliloquy and called, instead of using a exclamation mark, he called her an itchbee. And then with the current boyfriend standing there like, what's up? And with the ex-boyfriend seeing the what's up and said, oh, what's up? The ex-boyfriend was there, also jumped in. I mean, it's a series of events that happened, that took place. And guys, of course, before we proceed, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our other socials, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification icon as well. But it's, there are a lot of things that happened, and everyone is saying Tiffany is over because what we're not talking about is, or I don't know if we're going to play more videos, but I want to hear the part where Tiffany thought it was a good idea to grab a mic and join the brawl. So they're trying to discredit an activist, and activists are known to get in trouble with the police, to get in trouble with the system. That's what they do, right? That's part of it. But they're trying to discredit him in an attempt to safeguard Tiffany's reputation, or what's left of it.
But it's clear that it wasn't Jedediah who started this. But like you said, it's a chain of events. And one thing we said as well, it's a very bad thing what he did by calling her that name. Because of course, what do you expect her boyfriend to do after you call her that word? He has to defend her, which is kind of a same thing, but hey, you gotta defend what's yours. I mean, it can end up these situations. I'm not gonna say in the streets. This usually ends up with someone stretched out.
Just to be clear, you said you need to defend what's yours, but who are you referring then to? The boyfriend who stood up, or the boyfriend who stood up for Tiffany, his girlfriend, or are you talking about?
I'm talking about his territory.
Jedediah.
Jedediah is not even from Dalton, by the way. So he's just running around.
Well, the ex, I don't know who you're talking about, but are you talking about someone who's standing up for his boyfriend, his girlfriend, or someone that's standing up for democracy?
Someone who's standing up for his her girlfriend, first of all. Someone who's standing up for his job, because he was on the brink of getting fired. Well, he got fired after all, which is
they made it easier.
He made it easier. After that brawl, they fired him without pay. First it was with pay, was suspended with pay. Now he's out without pay. And by the way, she dropped this video, in which we're gonna continue watching. She dropped it on her Facebook, and there are people that are supporting her for this, which is not. Hey
man, hey.
Some people supported this man as well, right? Let's be honest. Hey, some people are still supporting this man.
Still, yeah.
Black people.
In prison, yeah.
Or in prison, black people. Some people on Twitter.
No.
Didn't you see?
Oh my God.
Mr. West, wake up. Nah, just kidding. But all jokes aside, let's continue. By the way, I don't know if that woman in blue is a real journalist. I do know that she is part of a movie set a movie set. It seems like a movie set. Good lighting. RJ, let's be honest, the lighting looks good, and the lawyer's doing all the talking, and we don't see her face, so don't think it's she's an extra. Wonder how much she got paid. What, $50? Did she get paid? Because we know that Tiffany doesn't pay her bills usually. Okay, let's continue. Fair use.
Talking to the mayor when she's with her. Say that.
Good.
I don't say that lightly. He actually has been stalking the mayor when she's with her family in her private time. He has come to her home.
I'm not coming to you, bitch. You coming to me.
People saying you went to her mama house. You went to her mama house. You didn't expect for her to respond? Absolutely expected for her to respond.
To create a spectacle. And when that happened, the mayor even went so far as to pursue a restraining order against him at the beginning of January. And this is the guy that came into town hall and had this interaction that led to the violence. At the meeting, when we really look at the video, if you take it frame by frame, what hasn't been reported but what is that this guy Jedediah Brown didn't just come into the meeting. The man was armed.
First of all, let's take a talk about the fact that he went to her home with a bullhorn. RJ, before we go to the next part.
I think that's crossing the line. That's crossing the line.
I think that as well.
You can't be going to people's homes. You can't be you can't be going to at least and I think they said that he went to his mama's house.
I've seen it's later on in this video as well. I think that's foul. I think
Yeah,
that
you can't be doing that.
there has to be you have to have a limit.
There's even
You shouldn't
decorum.
cross.
There's even decorum in activism, or at least there should be.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, she's right on this part. The stalking stuff. Even if you disagree with her, you shouldn't be stalking, going to the mama's house.
yeah, it's
That's
stalking.
wild
it's,
stuff. Hey,
it's
by the
intimate.
way, people get popped for that in Florida.
Yeah.
Stand your ground. You're attacking me. You're trying to infringe on my property.
Yeah.